Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ECU podcast, an Intern Survival Guide, where we teach you how to survive in Paris and during an internship at an indie festival. We have new hosts every week with different topics each time, ranging from music, fashion, tourism, but above all, independent cinema. We hope you like today's episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next edition of ECU's Intern Survival Guide. Warning: this podcast occasionally contains strong language which may be unsuitable for children, unusual humor which may be unsuitable for adults, and lots of LGBTQ plus jokes which may be unsuitable for assholes.
Hello, welcome to the ECU podcast.
I'm Alaa from the event managing section at EQ, and
I'm Ida from the journalism department.
And I'm Andrea from the video production department, and today we will be discussing what it is like the experience of going to the cinema.
hope you enjoy.
What makes it so nice for you to go to the cinema? Like, what do you enjoy there?
So I enjoy going there with people or also alone, because I feel like I can experience the film in a more intense way, and also I like the fact that after it I can talk about it with the people I'm going with, or analyze it or reflect on it. Yeah.
And if you go with people, for example, is it common that you afterwards sit at a coffee or a bar or something and discuss this film?
Oh no, I wouldn't say it's common. When I go to cinema with people, normally we just walk home then, and yeah, while walking home we just talk about it, or when we're at home again then we have a little chat about it, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I would agree on the same point as well, because having to make a movie takes a lot of effort, and I think it deserves the special attention to go to the cinema and watching it in the same exact way it was supposed to be watched and seen. And I feel like streamers or websites that you can just sit and watch from home kills all the effort all the team and the writers have placed in place for you to see and feel the idea that they want to give out. So I feel it's really important to watch a movie in the cinemas, especially because not any regular person would have the exact sound systems and the way they would hear the movie and the way it's made along with the image. So with a cheap ticket to the cinema, it's just 10 times better, I would say.
Well, but cinemas are getting way more expensive nowadays, and it's more economic to just have a platform and have as many films as you want for the price of one movie ticket,
Yeah, but that's why cinemas is they're made. I mean, I would totally agree on that point. I binge watch tons of things, but not movies. I feel like these platforms are necessary to specific situations, such as watching series, because you cannot go to the cinema and watch a series. It just doesn't work. So if I support these platforms, if you want to watch a series with 6-7 seasons, that's nice to just sit with your family and watch the series. But when it comes to a movie, I think you should just put the platforms aside and spend however little it costs to just go to the cinema and watch the movie.
So you can say that you do it out of respect for the cinema industry to go to the movie theater.
I wouldn't say out of respect is the first priority, but in terms of how I would enjoy watching a movie, it is a priority to me to watch it in a cinema because it's just 10 times better. It's the ambience as well. The fact that it starts at this time, you need to be on that time. You also watch many trailers.
You're paying attention, to the movie. If you're at home, you can get distracted by
your phone or by someone passing in.
And private things, but if you're going to cinema, okay, in that time, it's just a movie and just experience. And I also think it's about celebrating the event. For example, with Barbie, there's a very good example because everybody was okay, we have to dress up for this, for example, and all wear pink. We celebrated going to this film, and I think it's always about that. Like,
Yeah, it definitely creates like a whole event going to see a film rather than just seeing a film. It's just
yeah.
yeah, it's so interesting.
Also, I feel like you kind of get along with the people, even if you don't speak to them, but you get along with the people that are in the movie, because in that specific scene, in that specific shot, you feel that specific emotion and that specific feeling, and every person in that same hall as you is feeling and going through the same thing as you, and it's like you don't speak to them, but you know that they're going through the same feeling, so it's a nice connection between them, which is like an spacious connection that you will not feel if you're just sitting at home and watching the movie alone. Like, yeah, you will get emotional, you might tear up, but when you sit there and everyone just goes silent, like Spider-Man,
Yeah, true.
how the whole just gets chaotic when specific scenes happen in the movie.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least for me, for example, I remember one time I watched this film, I don't remember the name, but it was so funny, and what made it funnier was how everyone was laughing at the same time, and like having like this like wave of laughs
Yeah.
made it more funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe if I watched it at home I would just be like, you know?
Yeah, you
But
would
then I
just
was, like,
laugh, but
dying
when you
out of
hear the
laughter.
different...
And also, sometimes I feel like there are certain movies I will only watch them in the cinema and never at home because of like
Depending on the pictures and like, because
Yeah,
like for
exactly.
example, like I don't know the first Avatar movie,
Oh,
like in
yeah.
3D or something, like very special pictures or images in it, like not Avatar like only, but yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. They're like kind of made to be seen in a big screen and have all this surround system. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that plays a really important role, and it makes you like the movie even more than just watching it at home on like your laptop.
No, and also sometimes because at home, at least to me, I just put on movies to like as background noise sometimes when I'm doing something else, or like if I want to feel comfortable, you know. So I will maybe play a movie that it's silly.
Yeah.
Then the cinema is like, okay, I want to watch more serious things or
Yeah.
things that are harder to access.
And I also feel like it's a way to hang out with your friends in a relaxing way, where it's not a hard thing to plan, and especially if a nice movie is out in the cinemas, instead of having to figure out where to go and at what time, it's like the whole thing is just set up. Oh, there's that movie at that time. Does it suit us? Yes. Okay, we go. And you're just sitting there with your friend, having snacks, watching something nice for a couple of like hours, and then leaving. And I feel like it's also a nice way to bond with people.
Yeah, bonding over cinema.
Yeah. Even though sometimes I go alone and watch movies alone, but like
Oh yeah.
most of the time I'm with people. And
No, I love going to the cinema by myself. I think it's actually kind
Yeah.
of better.
yeah, like I do it sometimes. It's nice. It's nice, especially when there's no one that agrees with you on the same movie that you want to watch. You're like,
Oh yeah.
I want to watch it still. I feel like it's really nice.
Do you like going by yourself to the cinema?
Yes, I like it, but I don't know. I did it like 2 times or something, like going
Oh, I
alone.
see.
So not that
Yeah.
much, but the times I went, it was very, very nice. But I think it's with every event, like going alone to something. I think it can be very like you get an input in a very calming way and like just reflect on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be intimidating too to just be there sitting in the dark alone, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like anyone judges as well. It's like completely different than when you go to a restaurant and sit alone. While going to a cinema and sitting alone, it's dark. No one cares where you are. No one looks around. It's just you with this nice movie that you're gonna watch and enjoy.
Yeah.
I think it for many people it's also a safe place, like a cinema, because like for example in a restaurant it's like a very social situation.
Yeah.
And like in a cinema it's totally fine to just sit there and doing your thing. So it also should be like very normal to go to a restaurant alone, but like in the cinema it's, I think for many people it's like a very safe place.
Yeah, I remember we have this like cinematheque kind of in Mexico, and it's so cheap to go there. And I remember I saw this guy who was basically attending every single like screening all day long. He would just sit alone by himself through like 5 or 6 movies, you know. But like it's the thing, like he was really comfortable doing that because like you don't really need anyone else. You're there to enjoy a film, which can become like an event, like we just said. But it's also a nice space to be safe and to be like escaping the world somehow.
Yeah, I totally agree. And what I really also like about being there is it depends on the mood and what you want to watch. And I feel, of course, you can do that at home. But even when you want to reach to a specific mood that you want to watch, action, thriller, whatever genre it is, you cannot really get to what you want like you're sitting in a cinema. It's just the ambience in general. It like really unlocks the mood that you're going to watch and going to feel, which you cannot just feel at home. Like, has anyone here ever turned their whole room dark without any lights, just looking at your TV? I don't think any of us have reached to that point.
No, I have.
You have?
Yeah, when it was COVID, I made a little cinema on my living room.
Like that's
it was extraordinary. Yeah.
That's a specific situation. But like, if you go home now and you're like, oh, today I'm gonna watch a movie.
No, I would
you
not.
Wouldn't care about the lights being off and.
Yeah, it's in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there, it's like fully sad. It's just it unlocks many different emotions.
So do you have a specific genre or type of movies that would you rather watch in the cinema? Like, what makes you choose what film when you go there?
So for me, I'm very like into drama genre, and I think I wouldn't prefer like comedy things to watch in the cinema. For me, it's always like very interesting to go to like dramas or like I don't know.
Yeah.
Intense films. So always when somebody asks me if I want to go to this comedy thing, I always no, not really, because
not for me.
For me,
yeah.
There's not so much point than going to a drama or like a emotional.
Yeah, makes it more exciting for you, and like.
Yeah, because for me then the effect is like bigger and more clear because because of the sound and like the screen, the big screen, it's very intense for me to watch, for example, a sad movie or dramatic movie or I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me it doesn't depend on a specific genre for me to go to the cinemas and watch it, but mostly I enjoy in the cinemas watching mystery, thriller, and especially if the element of time is used in the movie as well. And for one specific reason is because with these genres mixed together, there's a lot of sudden stops, music cut, and then action again. And with these, they really build up the tension, especially with the surround system in the cinema. And the way you hear it and feel it, like it just makes you jump from your place and you really feel the bass of someone screaming in the movie, or like someone just running around and you hear them all the way. You feel like you're in the movie.
Like immersive.
Exactly. When you cannot just do that at home. So that's why when these movies come to place, and there's like Oppenheimer, movies like that played with a lot of.
Is there one specific one that you were like, this watching this movie changed my life in the cinema or something?
It was when I was younger. There was Fast and Furious 5.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, it's just the action in it. Watching it in a cinema with the Dolby Atmos surround system and hearing the guns, the cars, the action, the tension, all taking place. It was just incredible. From then I was like, I don't see why would I just watch that movie online at home when I could just be here enjoying it to the maximum. And from then I was like, we go to the cinemas but I don't go often to. It's not like any movie is played I'm going to the cinema. It's just really specific kind of genres where I would be like, that has to be watched in the cinema.
So, or do you think also that this nice memory that you have of that film made you change your entire point of view of the of going to the cinema, do you think that happens to other people too? They're like, I have nice memories of me as a child going to the cinema, and that turns out that as an adult I want to keep having these nice memories, and I choose the cinema over streaming platforms, even though I can just be at home.
I think that would really play along with different aspects according to what kind of adult you are. Do you have a family? Do you not have a family? Are you alone? Are you a student? Are you not a student? Are you a foreigner? And how you can relate to the movies that you watched when you were younger. If you didn't have a good experience with movies when you were like if you were in a country that didn't have the best qualified cinemas to watch movies in, probably wouldn't get these specific touches. But in general, I think people wouldn't notice that cinema is better, but their inner thought knows it, so that's why they would keep on going to cinemas, but they wouldn't know it. And I think they understand and know that cinema is the better place to watch a movie, so that's why often they would go. Even if they have all the platforms, they would still go because it's the cinema, like it's a hangout, it's somewhere nice, it's with our friends, going to watch this movie. Oh my god, the actor is there, Ryan Gosling is there, oh, we're gonna see them on the big screen, wow, how nice that. See, it's just like an inner thought that plays along.
Yeah, and it's also like the time, because like you can see a movie like very early, so if you watch things like on platforms, you have to wait till they're on the platforms, and like as in Barbie or Oppenheimer, everybody talks about it, and everybody wants to know what's behind it. Like for me, it was also I wanted to know it, so I went to the cinema. So yeah, to have like an actual connection. Yeah,
it does make you like be part of society somehow.
Yeah.
If you are into this cinemas.
Yeah, it's just a really special place, I would say, and it really does organize time. Because me myself, I really prefer to have someone beside me while I'm watching a movie. Like if something funny happens or something serious and you just lose focus, or you just ask a quick question. Like, yeah, what happened? You know? So, and most of the time, if you want to invite a friend over to watch a movie at your home, they're like, yeah, your place is far, or like, I don't have time for this place. But when you just set it at the cinema, we're meeting there for this, it always works out. Rarely you would find someone be like, yeah, I can't. If they can't, well, there's another 3 showings, like screenings. You can just go to that one. Oh yeah, that works.
Or even day after. I think it's also special because like cinema theaters, they started as something rare, you know, like there was probably one in each city, so people will even like dress up to go to the cinema. It was like a whole event, or people will save up even to go to the cinema. So I think that has been part of what shaped us as a cinephile society, I guess, that you still see it as, oh, I'm going to the movies today. It's not like I'm going grocery shopping, you know. It's still important in our lives, I think.
I also remember once my grandpa was saying about how cinemas were at the day, and there was only 2 cinemas in the whole like city where they were, and how it used to happen was there was this guy who is like rides a bike, and since movies were shot on film, they would start the first part of the film in this cinema, and for the next cinema it would start an hour later. So by the time that part is done, they would put the second film part in and take that out and get the bicycle guy to go to the other cinema and start the movie at that time. And by that part is done, this would have like a 10-minute difference. He would just take the second part and put it there, and they would be running 2 cinemas, but like on the same films. And now it's like way different with the technology we're in. When you just look at how much they were trying, you wouldn't think about it. For you, it's just, oh, I'm going at that time to watch, but there isn't like someone riding a bike with your film going to put it in, so you watch it, which I found like really interesting. There's like a lot of sacrifices happening since cinema came until nowadays.
Just so that you can sit there and watch a
relax
movie.
It and watch it,
watch a movie, Well, it's really nice, but of course. But are there any aspects of being in the cinema that you don't like, or that make it a bit uncomfortable also?
We don't like, or
that you don't like.
I mean, I hate it when it's really crowded and tons of people are eating. And since I was talking about thriller and like mystery and silence at some points in the movie, imagine the movie just goes into like a specific shot where it's totally silent, and then you just hear someone crunching on their popcorn. Like it killed the whole mood. You know, it's like, it's just not nice.
Yeah,
And I feel
yeah.
like that's something that kind of annoys me. But also sitting in a movie without having snacks is also boring. So I see the point. Like it's just these specific moments.
No, maybe we can switch to less noisy snacks, you know?
Yeah,
Not
maybe like
popcorn.
gummies,
Yeah. Chocolate. Yeah.
chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, there's not really something I really don't like. Maybe except for the fact if you have to go to toilet and you miss
Yeah.
something in the film, that's quite annoying. But otherwise, I like the experience in itself very much. So I also associate with many things, like going
Mhm.
to a cinema, for example, like not only like watching things but smelling things, like the smell of the popcorn, for example. It's like
Yeah.
very you connect with that, and
Yeah.
it's very, I like it. And yeah,
And how
Uh,
silent,
complements
like the
experience.
places, like it's so silent when you just walk,
yeah,
getting your snacks, like with the carpet everywhere.
yeah, covered everywhere.
Everyone's just like whispering.
yeah.
Well, sometimes. I have faced so many times people who are like, okay. It's like so loud. So horrible.
Okay. Yeah, I see. But yeah, no. About going to the toilet, some countries do have breaks, like in the middle of the
Yeah.
movie,
Oh, yeah.
like a 10-minute break, or you
That's
just
also
leave and
very
come back.
crazy. Yeah,
But I wouldn't agree to that because it would just kill the vibes of the movie.
yeah, that's true.
Like
Well,
having
you
a
know
break.
how all movies used to have an intermission?
Yeah.
I think that should come back, you know?
Mm.
You stretch your legs a little bit,
Yeah, and then you come back.
eat your popcorn loudly, and then
Yeah.
come back to the cinema.
But one thing I think they need to take out is the trailers at the beginning.
No,
Of
that,
other movies?
no, that's so
Yeah.
exciting.
Oh, I like that.
You like them?
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
it can inspire you
To watch other
like,
things.
Yeah,
Like what's
Yeah,
coming, yeah.
It's nice, but it's nice when you watch like a movie once a month in a cinema or like twice a month. But if you go like every week once to the cinema
Oh,
and you're
okay.
just seeing the same trailers played over and over again,
Yeah.
it gets
Maybe you're
boring.
going too much to the
Yeah.
cinema.
Yeah, it's just because at some point you just watch the same trailers. I mean,
No, that was actually
but
my
I love
favorite
watching
part.
trailers,
Yeah.
like again and again. To
Oh,
be
well.
honest, I really like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, if they're good.
Yeah, of course. No, but it's exciting because then you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch this movie in 2 weeks' time or something like that. Although sometimes trailers are so deceiving that it like makes the movie seem so exciting, and then when you actually watch
Yeah.
the movie, it's like, this is not what I was promised.
also,
But I love them.
I think another point that would add to why I really like to go to the cinemas, especially when it comes to Marvel movies,
No.
is the end scene credits. The little cliffhanger they leave at the end, where even if you watch it at home, you're like, oh my god, that's what's happening. But when you're sitting there, like everyone just leave their seats, but like they're waiting beside the exit doors, and you're just waiting to see that 10-second scene, so you know what's gonna happen in the next movie, and everyone's just waiting, and that just like you have all these people around you that have the same mindset as you, standing in the same place, just wanting to leave, but you cannot because you need to watch that specific scene. Just so nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, not only to Marvel movies, you have tons of other movies with
No,
end scene
yeah, I
credits,
mean,
but like,
I don't
since I'm
like
a Marvel
Marvel,
fan,
but no.
well, I'm a big time Marvel fan.
But I think it's also a good strategy to make people sit through the whole credits, because,
Yeah, that's something I think we need to work on a bit more, like cinema people, because I feel so sad when I'm just sitting there watching every single name, seeing who worked on what. Then people just can't care less. They're just leaving.
Yeah, that's the point I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people just going like
These
before
people
it
did
even
this.
ends, like it's just 1 second left, and then they just like standing up,
Yeah.
going home. And for me, it's like you have to celebrate your emotions. Like what's the film? You have to
kind of
reflect and-
swallow it.
Yeah.
Totally.
No, but it's true. People care more about actors, and of course they're not gonna see like,
Of
oh,
course.
who did
And the plot itself, and not like the process maybe of
Yeah.
the making a film. Yeah.
Like, did you see how good that actor looked? You see, okay, what
Yeah,
about the whole
but-
team that was working in the back trying to make this actor look good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
But
appreciation.
who did the scar on his face with
Mm.
makeup, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just like one sentence like, oh, that was a nice one. Nothing after. So this was like the only feedback after.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that. I have to talk about it and like
Analyze
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Analyze, so nice.
It's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
nice also that some movies have at the beginning, they have the credits coming up, but like even that, it's like the most important credits: production, directors,
Actors.
actors. But like the main base of a team, the hardcore of a team, is just all at the end. That you cannot fit at the beginning, so people could see.
Yeah, of course.
You need to wait till the end, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But I mean, I cannot blame them, because before I even became the cinema enthusiast,
Mhm.
I used to leave the movie as
Yeah,
soon
I
as the
mean,
movie ends.
You're like, it's 5 minutes of credits. I
Yeah,
don't
like,
need this.
For me, I always why would I care about them? Yeah, so that's why I cannot blame these people. But now, since I'm in it,
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, but we do deserve some appreciation.
Yeah, but not only appreciation, but for me it's just I can't stand up after it because I feel so much
Yeah.
after a film that it's not possible for me. It would be so weird to me, so it wouldn't feel good.
Mm.
So I wouldn't stand up.
So you just chill there.
Yeah, it's like both. It's like appreciation for them, but also like for myself. It's just better and it feels
Yeah.
better and
I guess a film really ends until the end of the credits, not like the ending scene, you know?
Yeah, it's like, I think what cinemas should do as well to help encourage that is instead of just turning the lights fully on as soon as the movie ends and the credits are rolling while the lights are on, just
yeah, true.
close the. And that's why I support end credit scenes,
Yeah, it's good. It's
because
something.
people will sit and watch because they care about something that's gonna come after, which will make them sit and look at the credits. Well, not all of them, but like most of them will just
Yeah.
be waiting, but they will still be reading.
Or sometimes there are some movies, I think it's mainly animation movies, who also have little gags in between the credits, you know, to keep the attention there, or like
Yeah,
make them look pretty, so
yeah,
you actually want to look what's happening.
yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. So yeah, going to the movies is a lovely experience.
Oh, definitely support it 100%. 100%. These platforms should just be for series, nothing else.
I don't agree, because I cannot be going to the cinema every day.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
Yeah, but like so many movies are not even on the platforms.
no, that's true. Or you have to have 8 different platforms to
Yeah,
reach all the content that you want.
exactly. That's just a problem by itself. Okay.
But yeah, well, I guess at least to me, the going to the cinema is such a nice memory, because I did start going to the cinema since I was like 3 years old, I think. And I grew up going there. We had this little ritual in my family of going every week. So it was like something that I really looked up forward to, you know. So it was like really nice. So right now, to me, I guess it is like I need to keep going to the cinema, not just because of my nice memories, but because it's something that makes me genuinely happy.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally agree. It's a beautiful experience that everyone should keep on doing, and I think they will keep on doing, because movies nowadays are just keep on getting better and better, I guess.
And there's so many of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But
They
I
just never
think many
finish.
people don't go to cinemas anymore because of the platforms. So
It just
this
makes
is-
you get lazy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's so many films on platforms or series. I think many people, which are maybe not like into film that much, are like, okay, I don't have to go
Yeah, of course.
there because I can watch it at home.
Yeah.
That's also one thing, I think. So
Also, many
yeah.
people have these like specific rooms or places in their house
Yeah, they're really adapting their homes too.
where they change it
Okay.
into a cinema, and then they'll be like, yeah, but I can use the platform and we have a little cinema in our place to watch it. Yeah, you're still going to a cinema. That is called a cinema.
Yeah.
You have your speakers set, even if you're using a platform, but like it's that point we're trying to cover and talk about, and it's nice.
No, but even though I think like some of the movies and studios are giving in to platforms because some movies are just being released in platforms
Immediately.
or like
Yeah.
before cinema.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's true.
I guess it will all depend on what people want in the end, like to continue to support cinemas or not.
I think they will always continue with the window system, which is, I hope that's how they will keep it, which is just sending out the movie to the cinemas for like 2 weeks,
Mhm.
and after these 2 weeks, then they could go
Can be
up
released,
out on the
yeah.
platforms depending on who pays more. But I think the cinemas should always stay a priority towards a movie before it goes down to any platform. And if you're just too lazy to go watch it in the cinema, then just wait 2 weeks.
That's true.
Yeah. I think so. I think that's a good idea. Instead of just doing like nowadays and throwing them on the platform immediately and be like, check out Netflix. No names. Like, no. Well, yeah, I guess that's it. And everybody has to keep on going to the cinemas and watching movies in the cinemas. And thank you for listening to us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ciao.